Malcolm Jenkins is returning. Do you call it home? I don't know. I don't know if you could quite call it home because he's made a legacy in Philadelphia, but he is returning to the New Orleans Saints. Malcolm Jenkins, longtime NFL player, started his career in New Orleans in 2009, has made a name for himself in Philadelphia as a multiple-time Pro Bowler. He is a Super Bowl champion, and he is really known across the NFL as a great leader with a great reputation amongst teammates, and he is ready to bring another Super Bowl to New Orleans. Malcolm Jenkins is going to add to the Saints secondary for this season and beyond. He is currently 32 years old, will not turn 33 until December, late baby. But Malcolm Jenkins, overall, I've always really loved Malcolm Jenkins. I remember early in his career, he was one of my favorite guys coming out of the draft. I wanted my Patriots to pick him. And I really loved the way that he was really versatile. He could play corner, he could play free safety, he could play strong safety. He was really smart. He was a great tackler. Coming out of the draft, when New Orleans picked him, he really didn't have a hole in his game. And that's why I liked him. And I think he still doesn't have a hole in his game, really. He might not be the best in terms of his athletic profile might not be what it used to be when he was with the Saints early in his career. He might not be as fast. He might not be as quick. He might not be able to cover man on man the way he used to and that sort of stuff. But Jenkins is still an incredibly smart player. He's an excellent tackler. He's a great in-box or out-of-box safety, whether that's deep, playing the deep middle of the field or just over the middle. I think where he really succeeds the best and where he's best fit is he can really play that in-box role better than a lot of safeties in the league. And a lot of that has been because he has those corner skills where he could have, man-on-man guys. And really, I still think he can man-on-man tight ends across the league. He's a great leader. I think he's going to add a dimension to this Saints secondary that hasn't been there, I think. That veteran presence that's been there, done that, the voice of the room, the voice of the huddle, that guy. And I think that's what's been missing from the Saints secondary. He's also a player that I think gets really underrated for his ability to put a defense in the right play, to call audibles on the field. Usually safeties aren't known for doing that, but Malcolm Jenkins is that type of player. In Philadelphia especially, he's kind of become known for his ability to put the Eagles in the right play or sense what an offense is going to do and shift the play and audible. And usually that's the linebacker responsibility. I think that might be the biggest thing that the Eagles miss going forward with Malcolm Jenkins. Jenkins, of course, is also known for some of his things off the field in terms of some of the things politically that he's done and the way that he has basically impacted the player association and just the players around the league. And I think that's where he gets his big reputation for being a great dude from. So Jenkins is back in New Orleans. He's back ready to win a Super Bowl. This is the type of win now move that I was expecting from the Saints to make. And the question remains, will the Saints bring back Von Bell? Honestly, it doesn't look like they will. It looks like instead that they've brought back Malcolm Jenkins to replace him and Bell will go somewhere else. I could be totally wrong, but when looking at the Saints secondary now, they still have Marcus Williams at free safety. Jenkins could play strong safety or free safety, like I said. They have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, a rookie from last year, and that's kind of their three safety rotation right now. If they bring back Bell, that would be four safeties. I kind of expected them to use this money on corner, which I'm a tad surprised they didn't. Eli Apple's gone. PJ Williams is a free agent. I kind of expected them to use it on a second cornerback, and they haven't done that. Maybe they're looking to the draft to do so. Maybe they're looking at other veteran corners at a lower price, but I'd expect them to add a guy there as well. But I think Jenkins, what he does do well is he'll cover tight ends, he'll cover running backs, he'll be in the box and tackle well, and he just adds a great leader on and off the field for the Saints. So that's my thoughts on Malcolm Jenkins going back to New Orleans.